Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We are just going to hop right into the video and we're going to get started on a tuna salad. You're going to take that tuna and you're going to drain it, and then you're going to put it into the bowl. Then you're going to take your celery and you're going to cut it into thin sticks, and then you're going to dice it. I ended up using the whole stalk, and I wish I would have only used half because it was just a little bit too much celery. Then I'm going to take my pickles and I'm going to dice those up as well. If you want more saltiness, maybe add a little bit more of the pickle, but I added 2 pickles and I thought it was great. Then you're going to take a little bit of red onion and put that in as well. I did not use much of it because you don't need a lot of red onion to get that flavor. Then I took a little bit of the walnuts and I chopped those up just to give it a little bit of crunch. Then I put about half a cup of mayo, about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and then I seasoned it with onion powder, garlic powder, dill, some black pepper, and then I just adjusted the salt as needed. After I mixed it up, I put it into my container, and then I paired it with a cracker. You could pair it with any type of cracker, but I chose these because they're pretty low carb for how many crackers you get. And that's it. This was absolutely delicious. It was a really good snack for me midday. Next, we're going to make our taco bowl with cauliflower rice. We're going to brown off our meat, and we're going to add some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, paprika, cumin, oregano. You could just go crazy on the spices with this. After that's browned up and you chop it up a little bit, you can add your drained and rinsed beans. You're going to mix that up, take that off, and then we're going to get started on our cauliflower rice. While that's cooking, you're going to cut up a lime and some cilantro to add to it later. Then after you mix it up, you're going to salt it a little bit, and you're going to add some lime and just let it sit in the pan. While it's sitting in the pan, you are going to make your salsa. I just diced up some tomatoes, put those in the bowl. I added some of the extra red onion, some lime, some salt, and of course some cilantro, and just gave that a good stir. Then you're going to take your cauliflower rice off, put it into a bowl, and mix some cilantro into it. Then put that as your base, put your meat as your second layer. I added some cheese just to give it a little bit of creaminess. And then I put my salsa and an avocado on the side. This one was so good. I absolutely loved the cauliflower rice in this one, and it was a great low carb meal for lunch. Next, we're gonna do some sausage and veggies. I absolutely love this because the sausage is super, super salty while the veggies are very fresh. Here I'm just cutting up my veggies. I cut up some broccoli, I'm cutting up some zucchini. I also had some sweet potatoes that were already cut up from a meal that I made for my son. And then I'm cutting up some mushrooms. I've just put those into thirds. I gave myself a good thick dice on my onion. And then I did a lot of garlic because I love garlic so much. On the pan, you're gonna do a layer of oil, and then you're gonna lay down all of those veggies. And then here's the kicker. You are going to use some rotisserie chicken seasoning. It is so good. I need to learn how to make it myself, but my husband gets it at work, and it's just the best seasoning I've ever had. You're gonna put those in the oven at about 400 for like maybe 20 minutes. Then you're gonna dice up your sausage, and you're gonna throw those into a pan on medium heat. And then you're just gonna toast those up and make sure they're nice and golden brown. Then I'm adding some spinach to that, and I'm just turning the heat off and letting the residual heat wilt that spinach. Then I'm gonna layer it. I'm gonna put the roasted veggies on the bottom, and then I'm gonna put the sausage and spinach on top. And that's all I'm adding to this. It was such a good meal. I would eat it again and again and again. For our final meal, we are going to do ground turkey egg roll in a bowl. You're going to start by cutting a small head of green cabbage. You're going to cut that into pretty thin slices so that it cooks down nicely. I cut up the whole head, but I ended up only using about 3/4 of it, and then I'm going to use the cabbage for another meal. Then you are going to clean up your carrots, and then you're going to grate the carrots. And make sure you're being careful. You could definitely cut your finger on this, but it's so worth it to grate the carrot into the mixture. Here I'm just slicing up some mushrooms. Then I'm going to julienne half of a yellow onion. And of course, I added a lot of garlic because I made extra so that I could give it to my son. Then in a pan on medium heat, I'm going to add that onion, those mushrooms, and the garlic. Then I'm going to push those to the side, and I'm going to add my ground turkey. After that's browned up a little bit, you can mix all of that in together. And then you're going to add your teriyaki sauce to this and just give it a good mix. You're going to add some green onion and some cilantro. After you give this a good mix, you are going to remove this from the pan so that you can get started on your cabbage mixture. Make sure you move all of this around so that it all gets a little bit of heat on it, and then you're going to add about 1.5 cups of chicken broth. Then you're going to season it with some garlic powder, onion powder, ginger, and white pepper. Give that a good mix, and then you're going to cover it for about 10 to 15 minutes just to make sure that all that liquid is off of it. I did not have a lid for my pan, so aluminum foil it was. Make sure you are checking it periodically, and once it's done, you're going to add back in that ground turkey mixture. You're going to add some green onion and some cilantro. And honestly, I wish I would have added some crushed peanuts or something to add a little bit more texture to this. And there you have it, egg roll in a bowl. I actually paired these with some wonton strips, and they were so good. That's what added the crunch that I needed for this meal. Thank you all so much for watching. See you in the next one.